Hey, welcome back everybody. So as you can see, I'm keeping my promise of uploading daily for a week. I'm just trying it out, just seeing if I can, just deal with talking for, a couple minutes every day and just posting that. But yeah, so what I kind of wanted to talk about today is VR because I have been playing so much VR lately, and I could, put a recording of me playing a VR game, but that's just not my style because I'm just talking, it's just commentary. But yeah, so VR. I've been playing Bone Labs, Boneworks. I played with some Pavlov, played a couple other games here and there. And from my honest opinion, it is a cop out. It's a gimmick to get kids to, ask their parents for like a Quest 2, which is usually the go-to for kids because it's cheap and it doesn't really require a lot of setup like the other VR alternatives. But the problem with it is that it's so expensive and the return that you're really gonna get from it is just a headache, and your head's gonna hurt and you're just gonna be like burnt out. You're gonna be like, damn, like I can't play a VR game for more than like an hour at most a day because it's effort. It's you're putting in effort to have fun, and it's almost not satisfying in a way, in most games at least, and in most cases that's what it feels like to me. So it's too expensive because really for a good setup, a good VR setup, you're not really gonna go with the Quest 2 unless you're you're a younger age, because it has its own benefits. You can always link it up with your computer, right? If you're really gonna cheap out on it and like have a mid-tier experience, it's the Quest 2 is good, but honestly for like a good setup, you're gonna want to buy like the Reverb G2 or the Valve Index, because it's otherwise you're not using the full power that you really could at any point, and you're just causing yourself more headaches going cheaper. But besides that, I mean, there are some alternatives, like I said, like the Reverb G2. I've heard it's not bad. It has pretty good compatibility with other accessories and stuff. So I've heard that if you're not gonna go out with the Quest 2, which in my opinion is very cheaply made, it is the lowest of the low VR you could probably get. Besides, like uh phone VR, which is, like who really wants to use that? That's like maybe 2010 cutting edge technologies where you get the VR cases and you slide your phone in it and it'd be like AR more, but not really VR. But besides that, again, it's just a gimmick to get kids to, buy it for Christmas or whatever. It's not something that's really too enjoyable because the games are just not at the quality they should be at for really mainstream appeal. Because it's the same thing with curved monitors. It's like, what's the appeal to it? Oh, you can kind of have more peripheral vision. At that point, just get a TV. Why get a monitor that's curved when you could just get a TV? Mount it on your wall. Boom, you could pretty much see it from across the room. So what's the point? Uh, so it's all about cost and really like just the mainstream appeal. It's not useful yet, but at the end of the day, it's fun. I mean, there's definitely some gems there, like Boneworks and Bone Labs. I've played both, and from what I can say, they're good. They're not AAA yet, but they're definitely getting there. Especially with a game like Half-Life Alyx, it's missing a lot of things, but it's a good game because VR gaming, I'm assuming, I'm not a developer, but I'm assuming it takes a lot more practice and a lot more, thought going into it than it does a 2D game. A 2D game, you can definitely just be like, okay, Call of Duty, boom, it's done. I don't need to work on body physics. I don't need to work on this or that. But in VR, you need to have that to not be brought out of the experience. But like I said, there's a lot of games that are pretty fun, but you're not gonna find the next evolution of gaming there just yet. Now, if you another way a lot of other people are doing it is they're just having fun on these like mini games, right? These indie games. A lot of them are on the Quest 2 store, the Meta store, and they're good little fun to have with your friends, but it's nothing up there with games that are out right now for PC or for consoles. It's a lot of effort and money putting into it to really get little outcome as of right now with games. But if it's something you could put a little extra money towards and you really want it, there's nothing really stopping you. I mean, it's getting to the point where in 2009 everybody had Xboxes, 2015 everybody had Xbox Ones, PS4s, and now it's getting to a point where I feel like the majority of gamers are really moving towards PC, and they're making that transition because we're getting older, and the kids are like, they're kind of following in our footsteps. All these content creators are like, hey, you guys should move to PC. There's mods, there's you can change your resolution. It's a lot more versatile than a console is. So, kids are following in footsteps, and the majority of gamers aren't really putting in the work to go out of their way to get a VR headset or a VR setup. But again, it's fun, and that's all I really have to say. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.